Are y'all ready for the next keyboard you're going to want to have in your arsenal? I sure am. Let me introduce you to the Logitech G515 Rapid 10 keyless keyboard. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up everybody? It's good to see you again. Today we are going to take a look at this right over here, the Logitech G515 Rapid 10 keyless keyboard. It is a low profile analog gaming keyboard, magnetic switches, and I'm super excited for this one. I've been waiting for another kind of low profile keyboard to come out. And so let's go ahead and discuss some of the features, and then we will get into unboxing it and really take a look at the keyboard. Like I said in the intro, this is the new Logitech G515 Rapid 10 keyless. It's low profile. Overall, it's combining a ultra slim 22 millimeter profile that has these advanced magnetic analog switches. It comes in both the colors black and white, and at the release, it's $179 US. These magnetic analog switches offer a quick 2.5 millimeter travel, which really provides you sort of an ultra precise actuation that's really smooth. And since this is a rapid trigger keyboard, it's going to have the ability to assign different kind of actions or multiple actions to specific keys. And you'll do all that within their G-Hub software. When we talk about the build of this, it's got a stainless steel top plate, oil resistant and double shot PVD keycaps, and sound dampening construction that ensures exceptional performance and durability. That's all kind of the documentation that came with it. Just want to make sure you all had those, kind of that information. And thank you so much to Logitech for sending this along. Let's go ahead and switch over to the top-down camera. Take a look at the actual, keyboard itself. Here we got the product box. We are seeing the G515 Rapid 10 keyless, low profile, wired analog gaming keyboard, magnetic analog, as it says right there, rapid trigger, and then 16.8 million light combinations for their light sync product. This one is in white. We'll flip it over on the back here. And you can't really see the writing too much here, but I'll just read it to you. Low profile, magnetic analog switches with precise adjustable actuation. We got rapid trigger, key control, and light sync. What we talked about on the front, low profile. So let's go ahead and open this up. And I'm seeing this for the first time as you all are. Coming up here, we have, tells you to just plug it in, download G-Hub, and we have our key control light sync, again, G-Hub. We'll pull that out, set that right here. Comes with a little guide there. And then we have our USB-C to USB-A cable to plug the keyboard in. I don't think we have anything else in there. We do not. So we'll go ahead and set the box aside. Flip the keyboard over here out of its package. It's almost like opening a Christmas present here. We got, this nice paper. I don't want to turn it over yet. I want to be surprised with y'all. So on the back side here, just talks, what it is, 515 Rapid 10 keyless analog. We have, our rubberized kind of little stands there, and then the keyboard, latches there to however high you want it. So it says on these small ones here, I don't know if you can probably see it, but it says 4 degrees, and the big one is 8 degrees. So that's kind of cool. It tells you where you're at with how high you're raising it. Flip it on over. Ooh, look at that. It looks similar to the 915 layout, the low profile keys, which I really enjoy. The WASD is in a darker gray. The rest of the keyboard is in its, white. Not a lot of features on the keyboard itself, which is totally fine. It's meant to be a gaming and esports keyboard. We have our button up here, a gaming button, and what that should do is go ahead and disable the Windows key so you're not accidentally hitting that in the middle of a game. That's where you're going to plug the keyboard in. And since it's, it is meant for those trying to up their game when it comes to the mechanical keyboard in the analog space, but it's not strictly esports, you're not getting the case for it. Which is totally fine. You're probably not traveling with this, but something else to note here is because they are magnetic analog switches, and we can really kind of measure the actuation within G-Hub. So what that means is when we go to push a button down, let's just say the number 1 up here, we can push it down all the way and it'll actuate. Or if for some reason, when we're playing a specific game, we want to barely hit that number 1 button and just barely move it, because there's these types of switches, it will register that key command. So we can measure the pressure of when that key actuates all within G-Hub. It's got the, our tactile kind of clicky feedback that we're used to. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking, and I'm going to put the keyboard up next to the microphone so you can sort of hear it, and then I'll put it back on the desk and we will do some little tests of pressing keys, and so you can sort of maybe hear what it sounds like through the microphone. So here we go. So that was the space bar. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking, and we'll put this probably right around here is where I would have it when I'm playing a game. So I'm just going to kind of spam the WASD keys, and so hopefully, I don't know if it's going to pick it up because it is a pretty quiet keyboard. So we'll see. So I'm pressing the keys pretty hard. I wouldn't really push those that hard in a normal situation. Yeah, so the microphone's barely picking up, if it's even picking it up. So that's nice to kind of have that, that still has the audible clicking sound for, the user. But then if you're like a streamer or, in a multiplayer game on comms, they're not hearing you spam click the keyboard. Like some keyboards, you can definitely hear the clicky noise, and that can get kind of annoying if you're the other person on the other end of the call. These magnetic analog switches, these are the Hall effect switches. Here is the keyboard plugged in, and like we talked about earlier, it is not a wireless keyboard. You do have to plug it in. And this is the default color scheme that it comes with, kind of a light bluish kind of ice glow, which looks really nice. We've pushed the gaming button there. Our Windows key does not work, and it flashes when you are trying to do something there. Turned it off. You can't see it, but the Windows key works again. So that is definitely the gaming button. No 10 key, because this is a 10 keyless keyboard. We have our F1 through 12 and most of our other, normal keys that we'll find on a keyboard. You're not seeing any macro keys. And the reason for that is we can go ahead and go into G-Hub and configure those. Something to note is this video is being recorded before the official release of the keyboard and before their major launch event. Having said that, I don't have access to the latest version of G-Hub just yet that supports this keyboard, so I can't go in and show you all the configurations. What I will do is in a future video, stay tuned, I will go ahead and go into G-Hub and kind of show you how we can configure some of the keys for this keyboard, different actuations, etc. And there you have it. That is the Logitech G G515 Rapid 10 keyless. Super excited for this one. Always love me a good gaming keyboard, especially when they're the low profile. And it's good to finally see some of the magnetic analog switches come our way when it comes to the little, those little small keyboards. So hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. I'll put a link in the description of where you can pick this one up right away. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep doing good.